I think Justin Gaethje is an absolute stud. He is, they call him the human highlight and the most exciting guy in the game, and it is true, but not just the game, in all of combat sports. There is no fighter in the world of sports that is more exciting than Justin Gaethje. Boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, you'll find nobody more exciting and better.
This phrase perfectly describes the hero of our today's movie, the owner of the talent not only to knock people out, but also to excite the interest of fans hungry for bread and circuses. Chainsaw MMA, a fighter whom Connor knows exactly who to fuck is that guy, a man who became a nightmare for this type of guy, Tony Ferguson, a fighter whose blow even a horse would envy, and finally, the holder of the title of BMF, the unspoken king violence and former interim UFC lightweight champion, Justin Gaethje. Let's get acquainted in detail with the path of life, values, ups and downs, and all the challenges Justin faces ahead of the Arizona Bruiser's return at UFC 300, where he will need to defend the title against the equally dangerous Max Holloway.
Inherently violent sport, he stands out as the most violent.
On November 14th, 1988, in the small town of Safford, Arizona, near the Mexican border, two sons, Justin and Marcus, were born into the family of John and Carolina.
I went to the doctor and he told me that he thought he heard 2 heartbeats, and I'm like, oh, please no. What am I gonna do with 2 babies?
Being twins, the brothers were different outwardly, but one thing could not be taken away. The successful symbiosis of German stability and the Mexican hot and ardent disposition made itself felt. Justin and Marcus grew up as hyperactive and rowdy children.
Very wild, rowdy, loud children, including their father. So there was 3 of them that I had to deal with.
As fate would have it, this is how the future star of mixed martial arts was born. Despite his cruelty in the ring, Justin is a very kind person at heart, as his mother noted. After all, each of us has dark and light. If you don't let the dark come out in the right places, it will come out in the daily routine. Considering the distance from large cities, the prospects for the residents of Safford are pitifully limited.
A lot of kids never get an opportunity to get out of this town. You are a rancher, or you work for the federal prison or the state prison system, become a teacher, or you...
Justin decided to leave the Matrix and live a real life. After working in the mines all summer, Arizona's pride realized that he never wanted to go back to it.
He worked for a full summer, made some good money, and realized that he never wanted to do it again, I believe.
Since childhood, Justin found himself in sports. He started wrestling at the age of 4. Fortunately, his sparring partner, his brother Marcus, was always nearby. Thus, the guys helped and supported each other.
Since I was 4, and I've done it every year since I was 4. And I always had a partner, my brother, so it was perfect.
His character helped him achieve significant results on the wrestling mat. Justin does not like to lose. With a record of 119-7, he captured the state championships. The thirst for big victories brought Justin to the first division. Finally, he conquered another peak, the first division and the prestigious title of All-American, taking an honorable 7th place at the national championship.
Today, UNC's first and only All-American since the move up to Division I.
At the age of 19, Justin made his amateur MMA debut. Having no experience in boxing, the Arizona truck crushed his opponent with brute physical force. Having given a couple of brutal slams, Justin secured the nickname Highlight, backing up the whole thing with his first early victory.
It was one of the most brutal knockouts I've ever seen. We're sitting there with our mouths open like, oh my God, this is what we're gonna be watching from now on?
Combining his career as a MMA fighter and wrestler, Justin continued to study in college. At one of the amateur tournaments, noting the fighter's aggression and cruelty, he is noticed by the well-known coach, Trevor Whitman. On August 20th, 2011, the Arizonan made his professional MMA debut. Justin spent his first fight under the auspices of Ring of Fire. Justin skillfully took his opponent to the floor, but Kevin immediately decided to go for submission. But this became the point of no return. Justin knocked out Crum with a brutal slam, adding a couple of punches from above. And so began the career of the future MMA star. Having achieved a couple of bright early victories, Justin went up against Sam Young. This was the first title fight in the local Arizona promotion Rage in the Cage. Justin tried on the championship belt for the first time, winning the first and only victory by submission in his career at the moment. Justin's next opponent was Drew Fickett, but Justin completed his task faster than the ring announcer. The next counterpart was Adrian Valdez. By the end of the first round, Justin hits a powerful series and brutally throws Valdez like a mannequin. At the beginning of the second round, Justin rocks Adrian with a powerful right overhand. Finishing was just a formality. Even in the early stages of his career, Gaethje did not lose his humanity. Not wanting to unnecessarily finish off an already broken opponent, Justin continued to climb the professional MMA ladder. He signs a contract with one of the largest American promotions at that time, WSOF. Now it's called PFL. The opponent, the undefeated Highlight, was the experienced Jessias Cavalcante. Highlight landed a powerful right overhand, after which he clutched Cavalcante against the cage and began hit with his nasty elbows.
You know, and you might weather the storm. You don't know. It's beautiful, right? This kid, bring it.
Already in the middle of the first round, the help of doctors was needed. This is how Justin's first victory took place under the auspices of WSOF.
Justin Gaethje!
Justin's next fight took place at the WSOF 3 tournament, and his opponent was an experienced opponent, Brian Cobb. From the very beginning, Brian decided to seek his fortune on the ground. However, this doesn't surprise an experienced NCAA-level wrestler. Brian grabbed onto Justin more tightly than his ex did for alimony. Justin needed to change something. In the third round, Justin remembered that he had low kicks in his arsenal.
Yeah, keeping Gaethje out. Yeah, it was an play defensive. He's still coming forward. He's still scoring.
Facing the punches, Justin continued to connect with uppercuts and low kicks. This is how the fighter's calling card appeared in the form of terrifying low kicks.
Can't go anywhere. It's over. He's saying that's it. That is it.
Justin fought his third fight against Dan Lauzon. From the very beginning of the fight, the athletes began exchanging blows. In one of these exchanges, Justin threw a roundhouse elbow.
He catches it with a back elbow.
Towards the middle of the first round, Justin began throwing his merciless low kicks, which was the beginning of the end for Lauzon.
Some shots to the legs as a setup.
Lauzon's in trouble.
Feeling the smell of blood, Justin continued to press and throw low kicks. And with a powerful right punch, Justin puts an end to this fight. Finishing off was just a formality.
This whole week, every time he goes to the restroom,
that's it. That is it. Justin Gaethje has shut it down.
Justin's next fight was for the WSOF lightweight title. The fighters immediately grappled, staging a dogfight, but after 15 seconds, Richard was knocked down.
He was waiting. He saw the rules.
While Richard was thinking about what he had sinned, Highlight, like a predator, began to torment his victim, forcing the referee to intervene.
The good ride is Gaethje. Gets in trouble, but Tishnock trying to hang on very early here.
Gaethje is done it.
Finishing the fight in round 1, Justin became the WSOF lightweight champion. Highlight made his first title defense against a unique fighter, Nick Newell. Nick was missing one arm, but that didn't stop him from scoring 11 wins in a row without a single defeat. Unfortunately for Nick, Justin was not tolerant.
Got the attention of Gaethje.
Highlight immediately began to load his opponents with low kicks and powerful punches, parrying takedown attempts. In the second round, Justin knocks Nick down.
Oh, good right by Gaethje. Gaethje has Newell in trouble.
Although Newell did not have an arm, many fighters could envy his steel balls. However, in the third round, Justin's right-hand punch put an end to their confrontation.
Gaethje with the right, and he's down, and he's out, and it's over, and Gaethje is still the champion.
Justin was scheduled to make the second defense of his title against Melvin Gillard. However, Melvin failed the weigh-in and the fight lost its title status. Justin immediately began to put pressure on Melvin. At the end of the first round, Highlight managed to shake the MMA veteran. In the second round, Gillard slowed down and became a more vulnerable target.
The hands come down for Gillard, possibly caught an inadvertent finger to the left eye, and that brings the fans alive. And now
at the break, Trevor Whitman asked his fighter to stop headhunting and focus on low kicks.
And you start at the legs and you bring it out.
Stop going for the head. Look at me. Wake up. Stop going for the head. No more rushing in and throwing bombs.
Justin immediately started hitting his counterpart's legs, not forgetting to check the veteran's jaw.
50 seconds to opportunity and opening for those kicks.
In the end, Justin picks up the win by split decision. Justin made his next 2 title defenses in front of his home crowd in Arizona. His partner in the bloodthirsty duel was Luis Palomino. The first meeting took place in March 2015. Justin immediately set a crazy pace. At the end of the first round, Justin shocked Palomino.
What a kick by Gaethje. Standing. And Gaethje knocks him down. Gaethje. Was that a knockdown or a slip?
In the second round, Justin slowed down a bit. You could see he was tired. This is not surprising, as he pressed harder than he should have.
That's a smart idea what Gaethje's doing.
In the third round, turning on berserk mode, Gaethje went for an early win.
He knows now. He had a 14-0 record, 6-0 in the WWE.
I mean, the low kick. See that jumping knee.
Gaethje. Gaethje.
Crazy.
Has won it. He is still the champion.
The sequel didn't take long to arrive. Louis landed a left hook, after which Justin took the lead.
Gaethje's hurt.
Not wanting to let go of the victim, Palomino threw a knee to the body. Gaethje clearly watched Rocky Balboa and knew that it's not how you hit, but how you take the punch that matters.
Palomino pops back up. He's down. Gaethje with a big uppercut. Palomino's now in trouble.
This time, the showdown in the Bronx came to a head in the second round.
And he gets rocked. Palomino. Oh, big punch to the body.
Justin threw a short right hook, and Louis fall like he was shotted. Justin made his 4th title defense at the WSOF 29 tournament. His opponent was Brian Foster. From the first minutes, the fighters were not afraid of open fire. However, it was Foster's mistake. While Brian worked for points, Justin worked for results.
Take one to try to get 2 in.
And the result wasn't long in coming. The fight had barely entered the equator of the first round, and Justin was already celebrating his victory.
Charlie horse, he's giving him a Charlie's. This is a Benson Henderson technique.
He's down.
Justin's final fight before the WSOF rebranded to the PFL took place on New Year's Eve.
Big brother needling his little brother, just wouldn't let it go.
Justin made his 5th title defense against Luis Firmino. In the first round, the fighters decided to test each other's jaws.
Firmino. Wow. Boys.
In the second round, Firmino landed his punches over and over again.
Off and showing his striking skill. And that was a flying knee. That is going to take a point away if it comes out again.
Beautiful right hand. Beautiful counter. Beautiful.
The end of the close fight was supposed to come in the championship rounds, but the doctor thought otherwise.
Really only, even though I put a hit, I'm 100% sure that's what I'm saying. Look at this blow.
Due to an injury under Firmino's right eye, the fight was stopped.
That is it.
And he was claiming, no, I can do this.
Thus, Justin improves his undefeated record to 17 victories with 5 title defenses.
The highlight, Gaethje!
Being the undefeated champion with 17 brilliant victories in a row, Highlight decided to conquer the strongest league in the world, simultaneously taking the scalps of famous fighters. After moving to the UFC, Justin decided to pay homage to Quentin Tarantino by creating a bloodthirsty thriller in every fight. Justin stated in an interview that he wants to get the toughest opponent in the debut.
I'm up here standing on a pedestal in front of the world, and I'm ready to fall flat on my face. I want the scariest dude, the one who can embarrass me the most.
And Michael Johnson was the first to feel it. The eternal lightweight gatekeeper knew how to surprise in the octagon. Michael was in the top 5 lightweight division in the UFC, but this time, he decided to surprise his counterpart in the field of Conor McGregor, trying to get into the head of his future opponent.
Going to try to take this man's life, and if
Yes,
you're not,
I want to die.
and if you're not ready, and if you're not ready to die, don't show.
Did your mom have sex with her brother to have you, or was it your cousin or something? Because you're the most inbred piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
The tension between the fighters increased. The fight was bright, and the punches sounded louder than any words at the press conference. In the course of the fight, Michael shook Justin several times, but Highlight not only survived, but was able to turn the tide of the fight. The fight was recognized as the fight of the year, and Justin took home 2 bonuses. UFC management was so inspired by the league's newest fighter that they decided to make Justin the coach for the 26th season of The Ultimate Fighter. The second coach was former lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez.
The 2 coaches, Justin Gaethje and Eddie Alvarez, will be facing off at UFC 218 in Detroit.
Eddie felt relaxed before the fight. It might have seemed like he wasn't taking Justin seriously, but he respected Justin's fearlessness.
In my career in the past, whenever I've fought a guy who was super aggressive, super dangerous, the guys like Rafael Dos Anjos and the guys who just knock everyone out and obliterate everyone.
Justin was serious. He was ready to take Eddie's life in this fight.
It's all fun and games for him. I'm ready to take his life, so he better get his mind right.
Legit.
I'm 18-0 at 15 knockouts. Has anybody in the history of MMA fighting had 15 knockouts in their first 18 fights?
Unfortunately, no matter how hard Justin tried, Eddie's jaw withstood all the blows. And after his strength was gone, Eddie's knee took a 0 in Justin's defeat record.
I remember seeing his arms up, and then I saw the referee waving it off, and I thought for a second the fight was over, time had run out, and then I realized that he stopped it.
After the first defeat, Justin did not lose heart.
And I would recommend to young fighters to lose early, because, which you can't do, but it becomes a distraction.
Justin's next opponent was the permanent fighter from the top 5, Dustin Poirier.
I wrestled 4 times at state here, and it truly is a dream come true to come home and headline a UFC event in front of all my people.
We all know it's going to be a high-paced, high-action fight. Just sit back and enjoy the show, guys. Thank you for coming out.
Highlight attacked his counterpart from the first round, imposing a tough fight. Poirier worked more with combinations. The second round proceeded at a similar pace. Justin caught Dustin, but failed to build on his success. The fourth round was decisive in this confrontation. Diamond, as befits a real sniper, delivered a left straight to the target.
Dustin Poirier! Goodness! Oh my gosh, he does it! Big punch!
The Arizonan suffered a second defeat, but at the same time received a bonus and the love of fans for each of his performances. However, after this fight, the fighters became good friends. Justin needed to change something. He wanted to become a champion. Trevor Whitman was able to contain the fiery temper of the Mexican-American. 3 fights, 3 knockouts in the first round. The first victim was the tall caitiff James Vick. James promised to knock out Justin, stated that he did not have enough skills and that this was his last fight on the main card.
Win Gaethje, yeah, of course I'm going to win. I'm going to knock him out.
Welcome to the big show. You get to fight in the main event. You made it, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's your last main event. You're about to be on a 3-fight losing streak and shipping your ass back to the B League to fight tomato cans again.
One first round. The next victim was the skilled Brazilian Thai boxer Edson Barbosa. He was ranked 6th in the UFC lightweight rankings.
I'm ready. Whatever this fight going, I'm ready. You know, everybody know my style, everybody know his style. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a fun night for everybody.
He's more of a technician, and you know, there's good and bad to both of those techniques.
By the middle of the second round, Justin's killer right hand finds his opponent's jaw. Justin got his next fight in the main event of UFC 249 in May 2020, thanks to a random coincidence. The fight between Khabib and Tony has canceled again, this time due to the pandemic. Fate itself did not want to bring the 2 lightweight titans together. Justin was ready to go on short notice. The interim title of UFC champion fueled his interest.
Hey man, you guys better get that KO, get that fight bonus. Someone's going to sleep.
As soon as you walk through those cage doors, it's just 3 people inside that's allowed in there. And it's going to be myself, the ref, and Justin Gaethje, and it's going to be one heck of a fight, man. I'm going to be real, but crowd or no crowd, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get my W.
None of the fans gave Justin a chance. The only intrigue was how exactly Tony would defeat the next carcass. From the first round, Justin's progress became noticeable.
Oh,
Gaethje just stung him.
He didn't bang headlong, but academically delivered powerful punches over and over again.
Look at that left hook. Another one.
The tournament was held without fans. Only powerful punches broke the silence. The fight began to look like punishment.
I've never seen Ferguson take.
Oh man, those leg kicks.
This fight's so good.
In the 5th round, the referee had to stop the lopsided beating. Tony was finished.
Against Ferguson. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
They're gonna stop the fight.
That's it. Justin Gaethje stops Tony Ferguson and
Ferguson looked like his victims usually looked after the fight. Justin took not only the interim title, but also the soul of Tony.
Interim UFC lightweight champion, Justin the Highlight Gaethje.
The next fight took place against Khabib. The title fight to unify the belts took place in October 2020 at UFC 254. Some fans seriously considered Highlight a threat to the Eagle due to his precise striking and impressive wrestling experience.
It's real deal, very exciting. About his last fight, I was very impressed. It was great performance.
I'm a performer. I always show up under the lights, and that's what I do. I've been doing this as long as he has. I want this thing. Good. I want that one.
In the 2nd round, Nurmagomedov crushed the American on the ground and forced Justin to tap.
Happy to have that feeling, when that bell rings, it's a special feeling. I love it. I don't think there's anybody that loves that. I knew that if I was going to lose, that, I'm not scared to get choked out. Getting knocked out does suck because there is, consequences.
Justin fought his 9th fight at UFC 268. His opponent was Bellator record holder and legend Michael training champion Chandler.
But I'm fighting a guy who's coming from sea level, so yeah, that confidence that I will gain and have going into there, knowing that that I have this extra elevation training as opposed to him, is critical.
Got nothing but respect for him. Obviously, when the cage door closes, we're going to go out there and do a job, and that job is going to end with one of us getting our hand raised and probably a handshake after, and nothing but mutual respect, because what the guy's accomplished inside the sport is great.
He fights the same as I do. We both fireworks from the beginning. I know he's going to try to finish it first round, but he's going to turn into a wrestler real quick, talking about taking steps backwards. We'll see who's the bitch when he starts shooting for legs.
First fight of the night. This is why we went to the first fight of the night. We're starting off with a bang, starting off with the fireworks. Get your pay-per-view early at the show open. Justin Gaethje goes out and won.
From the opening seconds, Michael put up a tough fight. But Justin did not play by his opponent's rules and showed his fighting IQ and cold-bloodedness. At the end of 3 bright and eventful rounds, the victory was on the side of Justin.
He is a warrior. We were living in the wrong times, let me tell you. Me and him should have been fighting to death in a Coliseum. That's what should have happened.
In the next fight, Justin was blessed with the opportunity to fight again for the championship title in a lightweight event. His opponent was Charles. The champion has a name, Oliveira. Charles had 10 victories in a row, including over the top of the division. However, Justin accused the champion of being weak-willed and spineless.
I think Charles Oliveira still has some quit deep down in him. Not even deep, it's pretty shallow.
Oliveira decided to answer Justin in the cage. Almost a year later at UFC 286 in March 2023, Justin faced Rafael Fiziev. Justin came into this fight with a lot on his mind. He needed a win after a crushing defeat against Oliveira. He interrupted the promising prospect and turned his face into a bloody mess.
Yeah, I'm happy with my performance. I fought a perfect fight. I had to fight a perfect fight versus such a dangerous opponent. Yeah, it felt slow, felt boring.
You did?
I just have no emotion, so, it was just normal.
In July 2023, at UFC 291, the UFC management decided to play the BMF title. The fight caused quite a stir among the fans, as many remember their first fight.
It depends how close together they are, We fought 5 years ago.
Me and my team, this whole camp, we went about this like it was a new fight. We watched the first fight between me and him when I first got to camp, and I haven't seen it since. You know, this is a new fight.
I still can't see it, but I've seen it on TV, and it's beautiful. It's going to look great on the wall. This does a lot for our legacy. We all dream of creating a legacy that will live on forever.
However, the rematch followed a completely different scenario.
Life's crazy, man. You know, I thank God every day for this ride, and it means everything. Yeah, to work that hard for something and find success is a special feeling.
Fighters like Justin are the reason we love this sport. He is the gladiator of nowadays, a gentleman in life and a real beast in a cage. Highlight has become a real outlet for old-school MMA. He grabs the audience's attention without talking shit about his opponent. He doesn't make excuses for his failures. Soon, we will see the Justin in action again. In April at UFC 300, he will defend his title against Max Holloway. Whoever wins this fight, we can be sure of one thing. It will be quite a show.